Christmas had always been sacred to me, no matter how old my son Daniel got, no matter where life dragged him. I made it a rule I would see him on Christmas Day, even after he married. Laura and moved into his inherited house, the house his late father left him. I never missed a year. This year, though, something felt off. Daniel hadn't answered my calls for weeks. Every message got a short reply. Busy, Mom, all good. A mother knows when all good is a lie. So on Christmas morning, armed with homemade cookies and a wrapped sweater, I drove to Daniel's house without telling anyone. Snow dusted the lawn. Music boomed inside, loud, cheerful, the kind of music played when people don't care who they disturb. Cars lined the driveway. Luxury cars. His in-laws' cars. I smiled, thinking at least they're celebrating together. I rang the bell. No answer. I rang again. Laughter burst through the door as someone opened it. Laura's brother. Already drunk, red-faced, holding a glass. "Oh, you," he said flatly. "Where's my son?" I asked. He hesitated. Just a fraction of a second. "He's resting." Behind him, I saw it. Daniel's living room had been completely taken over. Decorations I didn't recognize. His furniture pushed aside. His wedding photos removed. A banner read, "Merry Christmas, the Thompson family." Not Daniel and Laura. Not family. Her family. Something in my chest tightened. "I'd like to see him," I said calmly. The brother scoffed. "He's not in a party mood." Before he could shut the door, I pushed past him. The house echoed with laughter, clinking glasses, people dancing. Laura's parents sat in Daniel's armchairs like they owned them. Laura herself froze when she saw me. "Mom, what are you doing here?" "I came to see my son." Her smile was tight. "He's not available." That was when I heard it, a sound that didn't belong at a party, a muffled thud, then a weak voice. "Mom?" My heart stopped. I followed the sound down the hallway, ignoring Laura's panicked whispers behind me. The door at the end of the hall was closed, locked. I tried the handle. Locked. "Open it," I said, my voice shaking. "Mom, stop." "You're ruining everything." I slammed my shoulder into the door. It burst open, and there he was. My son, sitting on the cold floor, hands restrained to a metal ring bolted into the wall, his ankle secured the same way. Not bloody, not bruised, but humiliated, broken, hollow-eyed, chained. In his own home, while his in-laws partied. "Daniel?" I whispered. He looked up at me, tears spilling freely now. "They said..." I was embarrassing them. The world went silent. Chaos erupted behind me. Laura screamed. Her father rushed forward. Someone yelled to close the door, but it was too late. I knelt beside my son, hands shaking as I tried to free him. "What did they do to you?" I asked. Daniel swallowed hard. They didn't like how I spoke up. Laura's father crossed his arms. He was drunk, loud, ruining the mood. "It's my house," Daniel said weakly. That sentence changed everything. The truth spilled out fast after that, like poison finally released. After Daniel married Laura, her family had slowly taken over. They moved in temporarily, took over rooms, made rules, criticized how Daniel dressed, spoke, laughed. They mocked his job, his income, his lack of class. And Laura? She let it happen. On Christmas Eve, Daniel had finally snapped. He told them to leave. He reminded them the house was his. They laughed. Then Laura's brother and father restrained him for his own good. They claimed he was unstable, that he needed to cool off until the party was over. So they locked him away, like a problem, like an embarrassment. I stood up slowly. I had never raised my voice to Laura before. That day I didn't recognize myself. "You will unlock him, right now." Her father sneered. "Or what?" I pulled out my phone. "I'm calling the police." Laura lunged for my hand. "Mom, please. Think about our reputation." I looked at her, really looked. "You chained my son." I pressed the call button. The party ended in sirens. Guests fled. Drinks spilled. Decorations fell. Laura's family tried to explain, to justify, to lie, but the officers saw everything. The chains, the locks, the house deed in Daniel's name. They were escorted out in handcuffs. Laura wasn't arrested, but she stood alone, shaking as Daniel refused to look at her. That night, my son slept in my guest room. He didn't speak much. But before he fell asleep, he whispered, I thought no one would come. I held his hand. I will always come. The aftermath was brutal. Laura's family faced charges for unlawful confinement. The story spread fast. Neighbors, relatives, even co-workers whispered. But the real reckoning came inside the marriage. Daniel filed for divorce. Laura begged, cried, claimed she was caught in the middle. Daniel's voice was calm when he said, "You chose them." Every day, the house was cleared within a week. Rooms emptied. Silence returned. Daniel sold the property. He said he couldn't breathe there anymore. We used the money to buy a smaller place, quiet, warm, filled with light. A place where chains had never existed. Months later, on another cold evening, Daniel smiled again for the first time. Not a forced smile. A real one. "Mom," he said, "I didn't break that night." I raised an eyebrow. "They tried," he continued. "But they failed. Because you came. Sometimes family isn't the people who marry into your life. It's the ones who would break down a door without hesitation. On Christmas, we don't celebrate perfection. We celebrate presence. And this time, no one was missing.